Well, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Why are you yelling?
Oh, man. Why am I yelling? Because I am Squeeze.
Why are you yelling, Squeeze?
Because it's the Brad and Squeeze show. It's yet another day. We're ready to answer immigration questions. I know we're doing a great job in helping out a lot of people. And my shirt is open, too.
Yeah, are you doing like Magic Mike Part 3 here? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm doing Magic Mike.
When you were growing up, did your mom always say to you, Squeeze, why are you yelling so much?
Nah.
Why are you yelling so much,
She always asked me
Squeeze?
why I read so much.
Read so much. You see, I did not take you as a reader. I took you as a yeller.
No, I'm
growing
a reader.
up.
I read everything that I got my hands on.
Yeah?
You know, yeah, I really did, you know. Some very interesting books.
What was your favorite book you've ever read?
You know, back then, and I'm really showing my age, what I really loved initially was the Hardy Boys.
Really?
Yeah, you know what that is?
Sure.
You don't even know what the Hardy Boys?
Yeah, mystery.
Yeah.
They would go and solve mysteries.
Yeah, and I love John Grisham books also.
Yes, those are the law books.
Yes. See? Hey. And what did you read?
My favorite book of all time?
What,
I had
Superman comics?
I had two favorite books of all time.
What?
Long time ago I read.
Okay.
One was...
How to Kill a Mockingbird?
No.
Okay.
One was called... They made a movie out of it with John Travolta called A Civil Action.
Okay.
But the book was 20... I forgot the name of the author, but the book... There's a movie, The Civil Action, with John Travolta, and he's a personal injury attorney. But the book was 20 million times better. And John...
book is always better.
And the story is, it's a real story about this guy, Jan Schlickman, who is a personal injury attorney, and he takes on this huge case where Grace Chemicals contaminated a river in Massachusetts, and as a result, a lot of people in town got cancer. And he took on this case, and he had to, personal injury attorneys finance their own cases. And he ended up spending millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. He went broke. Prosecuting this case through federal court. And then he was offered $20 million to settle it during the trial, which he felt was not enough to compensate all the victims. He ultimately lost the trial.
Right.
And went broke and had to file for bankruptcy. And I just thought it was a great book about, being a lawyer, the real, truisms of being a lawyer. So that's one of my favorite books of all time.
And might I ask, is that what inspired you to become an attorney?
No, I was already, I think, in law school when that book came out. I think I read it in law school.
Okay.
The other book that I loved, and I'm not a big baseball fan.
Right.
Okay, baseball's not my number one sport. Probably my number one sport is football. I like American football. Okay. I got to make it clear, not European or South American football.
Alrighty then.
And there was a book called, they also made a movie of it with Brad Pitt, but the book was 10 million times better also.
Book's always better.
Called Moneyball. And I love the fact that somebody was able to take a business and take what people saw as, I'm looking, this is my perception of whether this person's a good baseball player or not a good baseball player, put statistics on it, and then what people's perceptions are of who was good was different than what the statistics showed. So, this guy on the Oakland A's got all these cast-offs, these losers that nobody thought was any good, but statistically it was good.
Right.
Because they wouldn't hit a home run, but they would always walk. They would never make an out.
Right.
And as long as you don't make it out, you keep scoring in baseball. I mean, that was really the theory. But everybody was looking at, does this guy hit a home run? So, I mean, and the A's went on to, I think they won more games in a row than any team in Major League Baseball history with that Moneyball team. And so those are my two favorite books of all time, Squeeze. But that's not what we're here about.
Thank you so much for giving us that 7-minute,
like how Oprah, Oprah had like the Book of the Month Club?
Yeah.
We should have the Brad and Squeeze Book of the Month Club.
I used to do that on Sundays. I used to, talk about books I'm reading. So.
And
maybe I should.
We should start that again.
Yeah.
Right, and then you could blow it up and say, I'm reading this book.
I should definitely. But anyway, we are here to answer immigration questions, and that was such a profound, introduction by Mr. Bernstein there on his 2 books.
It's called the Snooze Fest. Everybody has
I was saying, I wonder where Patrice is. I know she normally brings me some energy liquid here, but
eyes.
We just lost every person that was viewing us.
Brad
and everyone that's listening on 93.5 FM.
Brad discusses 20-year-old books.
What the hell is Brad talking about?
Brad discusses 20-year-old books.
Anyway, what movies have you seen lately?
I saw American Made with Tom Cruise.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Also a true story.
Yes.
But then I read later on that the movie took some historical inaccuracies to make Tom Cruise look more cooler than he was. But a very good movie.
Can you imagine you go in your backyard and you dig it up and you find all that money?
Yeah. So that was a pretty good movie. And I saw Suburbanica, something. Suburbicon.
What's that all about?
Odd movie.
What is it all about?
What was that about?
Yeah.
Like some 1950s, everybody's in like this, very sterile suburban neighborhood, and all of a sudden a black family moves in. And that's the backdrop of the movie, that this black family moves in, and all the white people who moved to this sterile suburban neighborhood in the 1950s doesn't want the black people to be there. So there's a lot of protests and violence to try to get this black couple to leave, and that's the backdrop of who's the guy who's in every movie now? Used to be Kevin Bacon was in every movie. Now it's
Mark Wahlberg?
No, who's the star of the movie? He's in every movie now. Not Mark Wahlberg, but something very close. He was in Good Will Hunting. He was in, oh my God, I just went blank on his name.
Black guy or white guy?
White guy. He's best friends with Ben Affleck.
Oh, I know.
That guy. So anyway, so the backdrop is that guy, all right, wants to go kill his wife to collect insurance so he can end up being with the wife's sister. So the backdrop is, you have this black-white, interracial thing in the 1950s, and then you have this white suburban guy who's supposed to be like Father of the Year who goes off and kills his wife to collect insurance. Yeah. That's the movie.
And ultimately what happened?
Everybody dies, Squeeze.
Did the black family die?
No, they live.
The black people live.
The black people lived.
Normally the black people die.
All the white people died.
Anyway, folks.
Matt Damon. Thank you. I just went blank on his name. Yeah, he's like the new Kevin Bacon. You remember
like Mark Wahlberg. They're in every freaking movie.
I remember growing up, it was like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon has been in a movie with 6 Degrees with every actor and actress, and now it's Matt Damon.
Anyway, once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show, and we're here.
By the way, it's election day.
Yeah. You're going to go vote?
No.
You're not voting, Brad?
No. Who are we voting for?
I don't know.
Mayor?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. Vote for Hudnut, but I'm not in New Jersey. If you're in Jersey, vote for Hudnut.
Yeah. All right, anyway, so I'll tell you what, we should actually demonstrate what it is that we do here. We got to remind you that, yes, we are on 93.5 WVIP FM. We're also on Facebook, at David Squeeze Annakie. My page was hacked last night.
Hacked?
Yeah.
By who?
Long story, but
we have at least another 45 minutes to hear it, Squeeze. Who hacked your page?
That was taken care of.
Was it a family member?
No.
Was it an ex-lover?
No.
Was it a political operative in the East Europe?
No.
Was it Kim Jong-un?
No. Close.
Close to Kim Jong-un. We're getting closer.
You're getting warmer, man.
Kim Jong-un has hacked the David Squeeze page. Yeah.
So that's that. It happens at least twice a year.
Twice a year.
At least, okay.
So you're saying it was a dictator? A dictator.
Close enough.
Somebody who believes they're a dictator.
Close enough.
Somebody who has a Napoleon complex.
No.
I'm getting colder now.
All right.
What happened? What did they do? Did they send out emails to what did they do? Or they just stole people's identities? What was hacked in there?
Let's just say they put something distasteful and insensitive on my page.
Serious?
Yeah. So last night for 2 hours, I was getting all these messages and
saying, "What's going on?"
Yeah. What the F?
What the heck?
I'm like, what? And then I got a call. Yeah. Then I got a call from someone who knows me and said, what's going on your page? And I, boom.
Boom. What was it that you do? Would you like to?
No.
Would you like to issue some sort of apology?
I did.
A statement.
Yeah.
What was your statement that you issued?
I apologize for any confusion or any
You
inconvenience.
do not
that may have
believe
caused.
any. You were hacked, and you do not believe anything that was posted.
Yeah.
That is not something that you would.
It was just distasteful.
Distasteful.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, coming out, you know, it also was hacked. Did you hear about these Paradise Papers? You know about that?
Tell me more about that.
Yeah, the world's biggest businesses, heads of state and global figures in politics, entertainment, and sports, who have sheltered their wealth in secretive tax havens, are now being revealed. The leak comes from 13 million files that expose the global environments in which tax abuse thrives in tax havens, Squeeze. The material came from 2 offshore service providers, and the company registers 19 tax havens, and it was obtained by a German newspaper. Including people in these tax havens are millions of pounds being sheltered by the Queen of England. Many offshore dealings by Donald Trump's cabinet members. See how that pans out for DT. And substantial payments to Vladimir Putin's son-in-law in offshore accounts that are also the same accounts and the same banks that Mr. Trump's cabinet members are also.
That's very interesting.
It also shows that Twitter and Facebook received hundreds of millions of dollars from these offshore accounts right around the time of the election. The tax avoiding Cayman Islands Trust also was managed Justin Trudeau's chief money man in Canada.
This is getting very interesting.
Yes. And aggressive tax avoidance by multinational corporations, including Nike and Apple.
What does that say, Brad?
A previously unknown $450 million in this offshore account by Lord Ashcroft.
Lord Ashcroft.
Who is Lord Ashcroft?
I don't know.
I don't
Name
know.
sounds very
But
familiar.
he sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
The Secret Loan and Alliance, okay, also all the money that was sheltered for the secret loans that were given by the Democratic Republic of the Congo to Hillary Clinton. Some sort, you know, that scandal too. All this money was sheltered in these places. And also as well as offshore accounts by the soccer teams, the European soccer teams, Arsenal and Everton football clubs. So all of this will be coming out very shortly in the German newspaper. It's like the new WikiLeaks of the year.
The new WikiLeaks.
It's not a WikiLeak, but it's like the WikiLeak.
Okay.
All right, you want to answer immigration questions?
Yeah, I think that's what we should actually do. You know, do you mind?
Sure.
All right. Once again, folks, the number here to call right now is 1-800-529-5465. My name is David Squeeze Annakie. He is Brad Bernstein. He's an attorney at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway in New York City on the 5th floor. We're here today to actually answer your immigration questions, so we're going to be opening up the phone lines right now. The number happens to be 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Call that number now with questions about how do you go about getting a green card. Make sure you have some details in there, though. Or how do you get your citizenship? How do you get a work permit? Make the call now and we'll answer your questions absolutely free. The number is 1-800-529-5465. You may also place your questions on our social media platforms at David Squeeze Annakie's Facebook page, Brad H. Bernstein's Facebook page, Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein's Facebook page, YouTube?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. As we await YouTube
We are in punishment. We're in jail, YouTube jail right now.
You're in YouTube jail.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll await that.
But we have one person on the line right now.
Let's go to get to that one person, and later on we'll come to the social media
Tony.
check-in.
Hello.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
I'm calling about my status because actually I'm a G1, but I'm out of status right now. So my question is it possible that J1 can acquire a green card?
Yeah. Did you have a Yes, you can. Do you have a 2-year home residence requirement?
Yeah, actually my G1 visa is expired last December 2015.
What was your program that you came here to do on the J1 visa?
Turf management. I was working right now. I was in intern for turf management in the golf courses.
Okay, so you were an intern managing golf courses. You came here on a J visa. Yep. I assume that's not a 2-year home residence requirement based on the skills in which you were coming to learn. And I assume the U.S. government didn't pay for any of this training, so you just came on a basic J visa, is my guess. And you stay for a year, and then you get on your I-94 what's called duration of stay, duration of status, which basically says is you are out of status in America now because your J visa has expired, but you have no unlawful presence. And there's a big difference, Squeeze, between unlawful presence and being out of status. Right. So when you have no unlawful presence, such as people on a J and a student visa, you can get sponsored for a green card and a job. You can find 100 different ways. You can go home. You don't have the 10-year bar. You don't need provisional waivers, and you can get your green card for sure. You just need a way to get sponsored.
All right, yeah, because the golf course that I'm working right now, they're willing to sponsor
then that's what you do. Hold on 1 second. Come see me. All right?
All right.
All right.
All right. Once again, folks, the number here is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We're in the month of November.
We are in the month of November.
But it doesn't feel like November.
It's just getting cold. I was out last night. For the first time. I went to a Broadway show, and I was walking into the theater. For the first time, I felt cold. I didn't feel cold until then.
Yeah, all year. This is
all
the first
year.
time.
First time.
Even last night was not that cold to me.
What'd you do last night?
I
didn't ask you. It was that exciting. Okay.
Did a couple of meetings.
Very exciting.
And then I went home.
Very exciting. I want to be you. I saw a Broadway show. You know what? I saw Phantom of the Opera last night.
That's pretty good.
Very beautiful.
I have seen that.
I never saw it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Every
that.
person I've seen... Every person I know. Well, first of all, you can't. Well, first of all, it's not like a thing that me and you can go see Phantom of the Opera together.
Not.
That would be weird.
Absolutely.
Right. So, I needed a female to go with, and every time I've met a female, they've already seen it. And I always felt weird because it's been around for 40 years, and I'm like, everybody's seen this show except me. So I finally found someone who didn't see it. So I saw it last night. Very beautiful.
And what did the person think of you after you saw Phantom of the Opera?
She didn't think I was the Phantom, that's for sure.
Maybe she thought you were a Phantom after all.
Maybe, you don't know.
Let's go to, you want to go to another call?
Let's see what's going on social media.
Yeah, let's check in with Kimberly Moore. We call her Kim Moore. She's our social media guru, and she does what's called a social media check-in. Let's see if she's in her or at her station. See, Kim?
She's always at her station.
See, you don't listen. I told you got to get this.
Everything went black, Squeeze.
Yeah, that's me. All right. Kim.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Kim, you need to get this.
I know. We're running a show.
It's not in the budget, Squeeze. It's just not in the budget.
This is the coolest thing.
I can't be running to the Apple store in the middle of the
budget.
day.
Yeah.
It's not in the budget.
But anyway, Kim, let's get to some questions on social media.
Why do they keep shutting the lights off on you?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
As soon as the camera goes on you, they're like, all right, let's shut the lights off on Squeeze.
Yeah. Hey, listen, black guy always gets it,
Yeah.
Anyway. You pop on the black screen.
Of course I pop.
Except in Suburbicon. The black people lived and all the white people died.
Only in that one movie.
Only in that one movie, yeah.
Anyway, the Brad and Squeeze humor never, ever, ever stops. So, Kimberly, what's happening? We know tomorrow's your birthday, but, until then, can we
let's do some rapid fire, Kimberly. That's what Squeeze is trying to say.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Scott on Facebook would like to know, you answered one of my questions, but it had to do with whether or not I can get an F1 visa for my fiance. I'm an American citizen. I have a felony of a sexual nature on my record. Is that going to be a problem?
It depends on what it is. If it is sexual abuse of a minor, and you're on the child registry sex offender list, then you're going to need what's called an Adam Walsh waiver. And to get an Adam Walsh waiver is, I don't want to say impossible, but next to impossible. And you're going to be appealing this for a very long time to get your spouse here in America. You're going to need a good lawyer, and expect to end up in federal court.
Okay, got quite the journey ahead of him.
Yes.
Anthony would like to know, what are some of the questions they ask you in an interview when your son is filing for you?
Have you ever been arrested? They're basically asking you inadmissibility questions. But you don't have to prove a relationship between you and your son unless you are not married to the mother. So if you are not married to the mother, a lot of the questions are going to be, tell us about your relationship with your son between birth and 18. If you are married to the mother of the son, it's just straight inadmissibility questions about criminal records, background, are you an undesirable person to be given a green card?
Gotcha. Carly would like to know, I did my biometrics in mid-September. When can I expect to get my work papers, and can I travel once I get them?
Well, if you applied for advanced parole, you can absolutely travel, and you should be getting your work papers by December.
Okay. Got to remind folks that the number happens to be 1-800-529-5465. That is the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. So you're hearing Kim and Brad do the rapid fire, but more importantly, you should actually book your appointments to come in and see Brad Bernstein or any of the other competent and good attorneys. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you. Whitley on Facebook would like to know, my question is, I co-sponsored 3 people here. I want to know if they count in my household income if I want to sponsor someone else.
Yes.
Joan on Facebook would like to know, my husband applied to adjust my status in July, did my biometric in August. Why have I not gotten my work permit yet? However, I just recently updated my new address, and they responded to that, but no response yet on my work permit.
Well, maybe they mailed it to the old address. I don't know the answer. I didn't handle your case, but if you did your biometrics in August, it's now November, you should have received it unless you did something incorrect.
Yannick on Facebook would like to know, how long after getting married can we start the paperwork to get a green card?
The next day, Kimberly. You know that answer.
I do know that answer, but I'm also not a lawyer, so I'm not going to pretend to answer it.
That is true.
And one last one from Rasta. Because don't take advice from non-lawyers, people.
That's right.
There you go.
Rasta would like to know, how long and how much does it take to get your husband over from Africa? I'm a U.S. citizen living in the U.S.
Takes about 15 months, and you're going to pay $535 for an I-130 visa petition, another $490-something to the National Visa Center for affidavits of support and fee bills, and another $165 for the visa application. So you're going to spend in filing fees over $1,000, less than $1,500.
I got one last minute question from Ann Princess. Can we squeeze it in?
Sure, why not?
Sure, squeeze away.
Can I have 3 ways? I'm assuming it's 3-way citizenship. Can I get a 3 ways with my dad as a Canadian, I'm a Jamaican and U.S. citizen?
Yes,
so I'm assuming
you can you can do a 3-way. Yes.
A triple citizenship.
Yes, she likes to call it a 3-way. That's what
A 3-way.
That's what Squeeze likes to call it, a 3-way also. Most people call it citizens of 3 different countries. Squeeze likes to call it a 3-way.
A 3-way?
A 3-way,
I have a feeling that you guys are talking about different things.
No,
if
I'm
he's talking about a 3-way and you
passports.
think about citizenship.
You're of a dirty mind. I'm talking about 3 passports. Squeeze?
Manafort style, I like it.
Oh, we're doing a show?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK. This show is about law. It's a wonderful family show.
It is.
Okay. When they go low, we go high.
We lost Michelle Obama's picture.
I have never lost Michelle Obama.
No, I didn't lose her. We had the picture here for all these years. And every time we would go to the low with the innuendos,
Yep.
somebody would lift up Michelle Obama's picture and say, we gotta go high again now. All right, someone's going low, we gotta go high.
Yep.
We've lost all of that. Remember that?
Because I'm high.
I'm sure you are high.
All right.
I was in Times Square yesterday. I'm walking up 8th Avenue by 41st Street.
Right.
This truck comes around the corner. I don't understand. Because last I know, weed is illegal in New York. This truck comes around the corner. I sent actually a picture to Jill. Big side. We sell weed. I go, how has this happened? How is this legal? Squeeze.
Why the black guy got to know that? Why the black guy's got to know that?
Because you said you're high, so I'm asking you, how does this happen?
We're talking about the high that Michelle Obama is talking about.
Okay. All right.
When they go low, we go high.
Oh, that's the high you're talking about. Because this truck comes around the corner.
You should be able to tell me more about that.
I don't understand. Honestly, it's illegal. So I don't understand how.
Is it legal?
It's illegal. I think it's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know, prostitution's illegal too in New York, and apparently there's prostitutes that are...
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, there are prostitutes in New York. So I guess,
Really?
things could be illegal, but if the cops don't arrest you for it, then you get away with it. So for some reason, I don't know why, but maybe you could think of a reason, but for some reason... If you're a young black kid walking in one of the outer boroughs and you're smoking weed, you're getting arrested.
Yep.
But if you're driving a truck that says, we sell weed
in Manhattan,
a block from Times Square, and they're leaving you alone, do you think that the weed truck is doing something just my opinion?
So what if the truck had said, we sell coke?
I don't know. It says we sell weed with a telephone number. It's like an ice cream truck.
What if they said we sell coke or we sell weed, but there's they're not doing it?
Well, then that's a different story.
Okay, so could you lawfully stop the truck because it said we sell coke?
My guess is if I
we sell weed.
My guess is if I wanted to pull over the truck.
Yeah.
And
what would be your reason for pulling over the truck?
And I said to them, "Can I get a vanilla ice cream cone? Because it looks like an ice cream truck." They would say, "We don't have vanilla ice cream cone." And if I said, "Hey, can I get a gummy weed thingamajiggy like candy or something, whatever they're selling?" And they'd be like, "Sure." And I'm sure there's weed in there. And I don't understand.
How sure are you?
What?
I think we need to figure out what's going on with these weed trucks that we see all over the city.
Yes.
Maybe it's a different kind of weed. Maybe it's the weed that grows among grass.
It is not. They are selling marijuana out of these trucks.
It does not say marijuana, though. It says weed.
I am telling you, they are selling marijuana out of these trucks. And for some reason, the cops leave them alone, but they go arrest other people. Why, Squeeze?
Because you would be stopping the truck unlawfully.
Nope.
What? Because the truck says we smell weed, you should stop the truck?
I'm going to go out on a limb. Money talks. That's what I think, because there's no other way. There's no other way. I have no idea, but I mean, it's just bizarre that...
Right, if you were a cop and the truck says we sell weed.
You know what I would do?
Weed.
You know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would pull the truck over and
Why?
Because
what's your purpose for pulling over the truck, Brad?
Because they are announcing that they are selling.
That's profiling.
It's not profiling because they put a sign on the side of their truck.
We
sell weed. They have a sign on the side of their truck.
What's the reason?
You're giving the person a cop a reasonable reason.
And that would be a law. I think this is where we need Paul
to go search their truck.
We need an attorney in here that's in criminal defense.
I am telling you.
You know?
That is a lawful stop. That is a lawful stop
because it says we sell weed.
Because they believe there's a crime going on. They're in the process of selling weed. That's a crime. Jill feels there's no weed in it. I don't think
it has to be a hoax.
I do not.
I believe you just said it's illegal.
I believe that...
I think it's what Jill is saying.
I believe... Well, nobody hears what Jill is saying, but Jill said they have hemp oil in it. Yeah. I believe they're selling weed, Squeeze.
I'm still sticking with the fact that if you pull over the truck, you have no right to pull over the truck because, one, you did not see any weed. Two, you did not even smell weed.
Of course you have a right to pull over the truck.
For what?
Because you think there's a crime occurring.
But that's the same thing what the cops do. They think. And they don't have a right.
But there's a difference between pulling over a black kid in a car and saying, I think a crime is happening because you're black.
That's what I'm saying.
If the black kid hangs a sign over his head and says, I got weed, then it's a different story.
It's different if you smell weed. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on, a sign I think is more than enough.
So if I walk around with a t-shirt that says, I sell weed, you're going to stop me on the street?
No.
Oh, you see what I'm saying?
No, but
If I walk around with a sign that says, I sell drugs, on my T-shirt, on the back of my shirt,
but
you are going to stop me.
But if it's a placard and you're advertising it, then maybe.
What's the same thing with my shirt?
No, it's a difference between
What?
having an artistic.
Between what?
Between having an artistic.
Between words
shirt,
on a shirt and words on a placard?
No, between having an artistic something or other on your shirt versus a sign that is inviting people to come over to you
But hold on.
buy weed.
Lawfully, you would be stopping or pulling over a person because they're doing something unlawful. Okay, you're the attorney, but I'm acting like one now.
Okay.
So what law is being broken when I say I sell weed? There's no law that's being broken.
Well, there is no law until you actually do the sale.
Exactly.
Right.
So then why would you pull me over because I sell weed on the
because
truck?
I have a reasonable suspicion that you're doing something.
You can have all the suspicion in the world. I'm not breaking any law.
At that point, you're not breaking any law. But then I would say that it would be a lawful stop, and if they search you and find weed, you have now broken law.
So now if you search me, you don't find anything.
Then you're okay.
But then
you're okay.
Then I have some kind of recourse.
Then you're okay.
You stopped me because I had a sign that says I sell.
I'll tell you what. Let's tomorrow.
Yeah,
okay?
let's go out on a card.
Jill. All right, Jill, do me a favor because I can't do this. All right, because I'm a lawyer. Okay. All right, go out. Somebody go out and buy Squeeze like a bag of weed.
No thanks.
Okay, here, stick it in his pocket.
No
okay,
thanks.
we're gonna stick it in your pocket. We're gonna put a sign on your back and say I sell weed. We're gonna parade you down Broadway.
No, why put the weed in my pocket?
And see
No,
how quick you go to jail.
No, don't put the weed in my pocket. Don't put any weed.
But I'm not doing it. That's why I told you to do it.
I put a placard and walk around outside. I sell weed. Let's see how many times I get stopped. When I'm black, I'm going to get stopped.
With no weed.
I guarantee
with
you.
No weed.
I tell you what we'll do.
Maybe we should do that.
We'll hire 2 kids. Okay?
No, we're going to do Squeeze.
We'll put a white guy in one corner and a black guy in another corner.
And see who with the sign.
And see who.
Both with the sign.
Yeah.
And just sit there with no weed.
Yeah.
And just see what happens.
And see what happens.
That would actually be
and then we'll have Patrice film it.
That would be a good segment.
And Mike, we mic the people.
And make sure we have Paul and David on standby.
Yeah.
That would be a good segment.
Yeah.
All right. Squeeze, producing the show on live.
Anyway, folks, once again, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Do not do anything out there to break the law. We don't condone smoking of any drugs or using of any kind of drugs whatsoever. I'm just disclaiming that. All right? But once again, if you have any kind of run-in with the law, there's a criminal defense.
Disclaimer in.
All right, yeah. Just want to make sure that you understand that there's a criminal defense here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. So if you do have a run-in with the law, I still believe that this country is the greatest country in the world, and you do have rights. Regardless of your race, creed, color, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, you have rights here in this great country that Donald Trump thinks is not great. So let's go to calls right now at 1-800-529-5465 or +1 212-227-8933 and have the attorney answer questions on immigration. Junior, what's up? Junior, we're done talking about weed. We're back in immigration land now, Junior. All right, let's go to another call. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. Let's go to another call. Michael, what's up?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, Michael.
Just received a notice to attend the interview day for the citizenship.
Wonderful.
And the form, there are some list of things you're supposed to be taken into the interview. There's just one I'm not too certain about there's a children. Evidence that all of children listed on your naturalization application are...
How old are your children?
They're adults.
They're all adults? What's the youngest?
The youngest might be about 30.
Okay, fine. Just list their names. You don't have their birth certificates. It's not the end of the world. They're more concerned if they're minors whether you're taking care of them and being a good father.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't need to take that birth certificate in.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thanks
if
a lot,
they were
man.
minors, different story.
Different story.
Yeah.
All right, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Also want to remind you, if you ever get hurt make sure you use the law offices of Spar and Bernstein if you get into an accident. Okay, especially a construction accident. What I love about this firm, they're going for the jugular. They're going for the maximum compensation. They're going for this moolah. All right.
We actually have a person in the street personal injury.
Really?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, why don't we do that? And then we'll come back to the phone lines at 1-800-529-5465. As a matter of fact, while we're watching that and while you're listening on 93.5 FM, everyone call in right now and tell Fiona, I want to book an appointment to see one of the attorneys at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. I don't want it to be private. So while we're watching that, book your appointments at 1-800-LAWLEAGUE.
And also, while we're watching that, if you want to leave your questions for Kim, we're going to go back to
Social
rapid fire
group.
in about 10 minutes or so. We're going to answer all your immigration questions, all your legal questions, personal injury, divorce, criminal defense, tax, whatever you want, while we're running this segment. It's going to give us it's going to give us a good 3 or 4 minute squeeze to get you out on the street with the placard and see if you get arrested or not. So
nice.
Squeeze,
Yeah,
if
right.
Squeeze isn't back, we
Thank
know he was
you.
arrested. All right, we're going to test it out during this.
Tell you what, let's go to the personal injury segment right here on the Brad and Squeeze Show. Stay tuned.
This is Kim Moore from the Brad and Squeeze Show, and today we are on the Brooklyn Bridge asking New Yorkers questions about personal injury. Let's take a look at how they did. How long does a person have to file a personal injury lawsuit in New York City?
Can you say it again, please?
I believe that they have 5 years.
How long?
Yeah.
One more time.
How long?
I would say a person has around 5 years to file a personal complaint lawsuit against someone in New York.
I would say a person has 6 years.
I would say up to 2 years.
Do you know why?
No.
Months, just months.
Just any number of months.
1 month.
There isn't 1 month to file a lawsuit against somebody for personal injuries. In fact, in the New York State, you have 3 years to file an action for personal injuries against that person.
If you're in traffic and the vehicle in front of you suddenly stops and you hit it, who's at fault?
I'm at fault if the vehicle in front stops and I hit it.
Why?
I was too close, or I wasn't paying attention.
I think I am at fault.
Do you know why?
Well, I believe our state law in California is that I would be likely at fault. I mean, it depends on other issues, but it probably means I'm following too close.
I don't know, and I never see nothing.
It might be my fault. Yeah, because maybe I was too close.
I would say that I was at fault because I would have gone into the back of the car.
If you don't know what happens when somebody short stops you, New York State vehicle and traffic law requires all vehicles to maintain safe distances between each other. That means if the car in front of you short stops and you hit that person, you would likely be liable absent exceptional circumstances.
If you're in a motor vehicle accident and there's no damage to the vehicle, but you have headaches, is that something you're allowed to be compensated for?
I'm in that situation right now.
Headaches, I believe, would be covered.
Do you know why?
Well, it's probably connected to neurological damage or injury.
I would say they can receive compensation if their only symptom is headaches because maybe they bumped their head or their brain shifted.
I would say yes, if they could prove it was a result of the collision. So.
No.
Do you know why?
You know my answer.
Many people in New York State think they can recover for any personal injury due to their motor vehicle accident. However, because of strict New York State threshold laws, you must suffer what's called a serious injury. Because New York has a serious injury threshold, you must show competent medical evidence that shows that you actually suffered a serious injury. A simple headache would not suffice.
If there's a motor vehicle collision that results in no damage to either vehicle, can a person still receive compensation for injury sustained?
That's kind of a hard question, but I would say yes.
I would say they could still sue for injuries sustained even if there's no damage done to the vehicle because they could still have bodily injuries.
I know people do lie and say, oh, their back hurts, even if the car is not damaged. If a report is filed, I would say they have received mental or physical damage.
I absolutely believe you can. I don't think it has anything to do with the vehicle. I think it has to do with your body parts.
You could try your luck, maybe, but I don't think it'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I think you are in California.
Just because there's no damage to either motor vehicle in your collision doesn't mean that you can't recover for personal injuries.
If a person is caused to take time off work because they were in a car accident, do they get paid for that time off work? And if they do, who pays for it?
If he can, like, he didn't have to pay for nothing, because like this is terrible something, like is not normal. So I think his boss, he have to pay this.
Yes, you can be compensated for that time off, and the person who caused the motor vehicle accident would be the one to pay, or that person's insurance.
If there was a suit, the person responsible for the accident might pay, but I don't. Yeah, that would be the only thing I could think of.
Yes, I am going to get paid for it.
If you are forced to lose time from work as a result of your motor vehicle accident, you have nothing to worry about. You are covered up to $2,000 in lost wages per month.
What is the minimum legal bodily injury insurance that a motor vehicle driver has to have in New York City?
I do not know what the minimum driver insurance is in New York City.
The minimum amount, I would say 10,000.
Here to take a wild guess? It's a dollar figure. Wild guess it for me.
$5 maybe?
A lot of people don't know the answer to this question, but in the New York State, you're required to have a minimum of $25,000 in bodily injury coverage if you register your vehicle in the New York State. If you didn't know the answer to any of these questions, you have nothing to worry about. Here at Spar and Bernstein, we do the worrying for you. Contact the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. We're here for you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee similar outcome. So there you have it. So I always say go for the juggler, go for the maximum compensation. People said, Squeeze, why did you love money?
Why do you love money, Squeeze?
Because it can pay the bills, which is taking care of my kids, all of them, education, put food on the table, clothing, shelter, give to charity, help the less fortunate, build a business, build an environment. That's what money does.
Security, Squeeze.
Security. That's what money does.
Money gives you security.
Yes.
And you want to know what also gives you security?
What?
A good credit score, Squeeze.
No. You want to know what gives you good security when you're in a personal injury case?
A good lawyer.
A good lawyer.
That is
so
right.
So why would I want to go to a firm?
Why would you?
That is not going to give it a maximum compensation.
Why would you?
I want to go to a firm that's going to go for the real big bucks.
That's it.
Not some attorney that say, yeah, I know you got into a car accident.
No.
I'll just go settle with the insurance company.
You don't
just
do
like
that.
No. Why?
Because you want to know why? Because you only have one. You're hurt one time.
That's it. You have one chance.
So you have one chance to get the biggest amount of money you can. We just settled a case, Squeeze, 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. Woman was walking across the street in Brooklyn in a crosswalk, got hit by a vehicle. We just settled her case for a package worth more than $4.5 million.
That's Spar and Bernstein.
That's Spar and Bernstein.
That's what I'm talking about. So call the number 1-800. As a matter of fact, store the number. Everybody dial the number right now. Let it ring for 10 seconds like I always say and store it in your phone. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465.
You want to know why they store it in their phone? You know why, but let me tell you why. Because you never know when you're going to get into an accident. You always think it's not going to be you, and you always think it's not going to be your friend, and you always think it's not going to be your lover, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or your sister, or your mother, or your father. But guess what? Every day accidents happen. Mm-hmm. Every day people get seriously injured, and when they do, you need to have a really good lawyer on it right away. And the last thing you got to figure out is, who are these lawyers I saw once on Facebook or I heard on WVIP 93? You keep the number stored in your phone. It's 1-800-529-5465. And the best way to store the number, Squeeze, is to literally pick up the phone and dial it. And that way, you know you've got the number saved. 2 weeks ago, I went to call my doctor. And the doctor said, call me on this other number. And I'm like, all right, I'm calling now because I'm not going to remember the number. And I dialed it and hung up. And I said, all right, I'll call later when I need it. So that's what you do. Same thing with lawyers. 1-800-529-5465, Squeeze. And I see the phone lines lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Absolutely, and that's what we like. So right now, see, can I stand up?
No,
here?
you're not going to be able to stand up. You're going to be out
of course
of the
I
picture. Because you lost your head. What are you doing, Squeeze? Squeeze, Squeeze, you're going to get into an accident, Squeeze!
I got Spar and Bernstein.
Squeeze, you're going to get into an accident.
When I get pulled over, the first thing I think of you.
Do you know what happened when you stood up? Your head got chopped off, Squeeze. You almost had an accident. This is Squeeze's television accident. Watch, his head's going to get chopped off now.
It's not.
Squeeze. Be careful, Squeeze.
I know. All right, so basically when I was going to stand up and do this, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to do something that we've never, ever done, Brad.
What?
100 people.
100 people.
Out there. Who have bad credit. Okay? And by the way...
Look at that. Your head got chopped off, Squeeze.
Thank you so much, man. I was about to say something else, but you want to know what?
It's better your big head got chopped off.
I'm Jewish
head,
now.
Your little head still, you got circumcised.
I'm Jewish now. All right, but anyway, listen up, people. I know many people out there right now. We're going to be going to Kim. But listen, there are many people out there right now with bad credit. Now, let me just say this, and I'm saying it very seriously. The credit guidelines have been changing because Donald Trump doesn't want to look like an ass. All right? So he's tightening up on everything. On Wall Street, on Main Street, you going to open up a bank account, you realize you're getting turned down. You can't rent a house unless you have got a 700 plus credit score. Your credit lines are being decreased. Guess what? You have bad credit. Now, how about this company, USA Credit Repair? This is the first time Brad and I were going to be doing this. The next 100 people, we are going to work on your credit absolutely free with no additional obligations for 30 days. So that means you don't have to extend your program. You don't have to do anything at all.
You don't have to know any citizenship questions?
Yeah. No. Forget it. 100 people. But the thing is this. You've got to call before the top of the hour. So everybody out there with a less than perfect credit score, if you're under 700, late payments, collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, tax liens, judgments, call right now. The number to call to get your credit worked on.
If you're on the byway or the highway.
If you're on the highway or the byway.
You're in the dollar cabs in Brooklyn, in the Bronx.
Go on. Wherever you are. You're in the barbershops.
In
you're
the
in the salons.
barbershops.
You're a carpenter. You're a plumber. You're a lawyer.
Where are my
you're a
construction
doctor.
workers?
You're construction workers.
This is Squeeze on the radio 20 years
you
ago. I love it.
Have a less than perfect credit score under 700, we're going to work on your credit absolutely free at USA Credit Repair. But you got to call this number now. 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-USA 7177. USA Credit Repair is a proud sponsor of the social media check-in. Kim Moore is coming up shortly on your screen in under 15 seconds. But right now, everybody, we're working on your credit absolutely free for 30 days. No obligation after that. If you choose to continue, it's entirely up to you. So just call this number quickly. 1-800-872-7177. When I get off the air, I promise you I'll call back every single one of you if they have not spoken with you. And just to ensure that they did or do the right thing by making sure that they work on your credit absolutely free for 30 days. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-USA 7177.
Wow.
No roadkill.
I'm going to tell you something, Squeeze.
Here we go. This is the part that, you would
if you do
that, I'm going to bring up the A word.
No. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
You did that all without taking a breath.
Yes.
Okay? That was 2 minutes of talking. The guy never inhaled. You were like Bill Clinton, never inhaling for 2 minutes.
When I dive, I can stay down for a while.
You can stay down for a while.
Before I come up right there.
That's too much information.
No, I'm talking about swimming. I'm very good. I hold my breath.
That is way too much information for me.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know.
You know what? Let's just go to our social media check-in. By the way, if you've got immigration questions, now is the time to post them on the page at David Squeeze Annakie, Brad H. Bernstein, and Law Officer Spar Bernstein. Remember, the number is 1-800-529-5465. You want to call, but let's go to Kim Moore in the social media room. How is it over there?
Hello, Kim. Did you see Squeeze not take a breath for 2 minutes?
I gotta be honest, it made me a little out of breath.
It made her out of breath.
Yeah. No, I seriously can stop my breath for like 3 minutes.
3 minutes, he says.
Yeah.
There was that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. when he was the diver and he could hold his breath for like 4 minutes.
I can't do
Man of Honor.
Yeah.
I can't do 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of movie reviews today on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
They're all good movies.
Yes, all good movies.
All right. So what's up, Kim? What questions do you have for us?
So Rasta would actually like to know on Facebook. Rasta.
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 Not Roscoe.
Rasta.
Not Roscoe.
Yeah,
Not
Rasta. Rasta is his first name or his last name?
I'm going to go, I think it's her first name.
Her first name.
Okay.
And do we have a last name for Rasta?
It's not Empress?
Yeah, we do, but I'm going to so horrendously butcher it.
Safarian?
Join.
Let's get to the
Very
question.
funny. My first name's Rasta, my last name's Farian.
Yeah, let's go to the questions here. Let's go to the
All right, what's going on?
Great dad joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's a good dad joke, right? Oh boy, I'm really showing my age now. When Kim goes, good dad joke.
Yeah.
dad joke, Brad.
All right.
Rasta is the one with the husband in Africa that she wanted to bring over.
Right.
And she's wondering if it's possible to expedite that process.
No, not unless there's some serious humanitarian reason.
Well, the American citizen is apparently disabled.
I would say no, because then they're going to start asking questions about why he needs to come here for medical treatment immediately. And then you're going to have to be able to show that you can pay for his medical treatment without the government getting involved. And then even though you think you're speeding it up, you're opening up the case to a million more questions. Just let it go unless there's a serious medical issue that he definitely needs to be here, then that's a different story.
Okay. Don't give up. Would like to know. My daughter and I are out of status. She'll be graduating soon. Can she go to college, and how can I get my work permit?
She can go to college, but whether the college will take her or not, that's a whole other story. I know like City University in New York would take people out of status. It depends on the school. Also, if, you obviously can't get financial aid. It depends on the school and the university. As far as how do you get your work permit, you would need to have a consultation with us. I don't have an answer for you.
Munchie would like to know.
Munchie's back.
Munchie is back.
Yeah.
It's all that weed talk we've been doing.
Really? She got hungry? Is that why she's munching now?
Let's get to the question.
Right? We spoke a lot about weed.
We got 5 minutes. Let's get to the question.
And now Munchie's been snacking the whole time.
Munchie would like to know, when you file for a minor, how long after are you responsible for that person?
The affidavit of support is valid for 10 years. Or until that person becomes a citizen, whichever happens first.
Denicia says, what are ties when applying for a visitor's visa?
Ties?
Ties.
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 Yeah, what are ties?
What are ties?
I don't think a necktie, though.
No. That's the magnetism. If you think of your home country as a magnet, what is the magnet that's going to pull you back to your home country that you're not going to end up living here in America? So what is that? How strong of an attraction do you have to go back to your home country? Are you leaving a good job? Are you leaving expensive property behind? Do you live in a nice neighborhood that you wouldn't want to give up? Are you leaving family behind that you wouldn't want to be separated from for a long period of time? What is the magnet, or what is the attraction that makes the government believe you're going to leave on time? That's ties.
Gotcha. So what makes you unlikely to overstay your visa, basically?
That would have been a nice way to phrase it in one sentence in a rapid fire environment, yes.
I like to throw in my 2 cents.
Yes.
I had my I-485 denied, but had an I-130 interview twice. 2 USCIS officers even came to my house. What can I expect, asks Rashawn.
I would expect that they're going to deny you if they don't believe it's a real marriage.
And Edsa would like to know, what's the requirement to be inadmissible?
A requirement to be inadmissible? Sell weed.
Thank you so much.
Rob a bank.
Have a big truck that says I sell weed on the side.
Have a big truck that says I sell weed on the side. That would be a good inadmissible, suspecting drug trafficker. Anything. I mean, there's a million things,
Things to write or not to write, depending on what you're trying to get.
You can paint on your face as you're coming through the airport. ISIS lives. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can easily do to get yourself inadmissible.
No wonder you can get
you would get some serious problems if you did that. All right, We're out of time, Kimberly. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much once again, Kim, for doing that. We got to remind folks, the number here is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. And we come your way each and every single weekday, live at 9 and live at noon. So make sure you stay tuned and catch up with us. Once again, right here on 93.5 WVIP FM. Also, of course, on Facebook, at David Squeeze Annakie's page, Brad H. Bernstein's page, Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein's page, and of course YouTube coming again real soon. What is
1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK is the number to call Spar and Bernstein to make your appointments for immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, divorce, tax, debt relief. 1-800-529-5465.
Family law.
We're out of here.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?